In a world filled with interactions, negotiations, and relationships, understanding how to detect deception is a crucial skill. Whether it's in the workplace, in personal relationships, or in broader social or political settings, lies can have serious consequences. They can undermine trust, cause conflicts, and lead to feelings of betrayal. For this reason, learning to recognize a liar and knowing how to counteract their tactics is essential for safeguarding oneself from manipulation and harm. This article delves into the psychology behind lying, the signs to look for in a deceptive individual, and how to protect yourself from the fallout of dishonesty. At the core of detecting a lie is understanding that people often exhibit specific behaviors when they are not being truthful. While there is no single foolproof sign that someone is lying, several indicators can raise suspicion. The first step in recognizing a liar is paying attention to inconsistencies in their story. Liars often fabricate details that don't add up, and a carefully crafted lie can quickly fall apart under scrutiny. For instance, when confronted with questions, they may become defensive or avoid answering directly. Their story might change depending on the direction of the conversation, or they may struggle to recall specific details that should be readily available if the story were true. A key sign of deception lies in the emotional response of the person. Often, a liar's emotions do not match the context of the situation. For example, a person may appear overly calm or overly agitated when discussing a serious matter. They may fail to show the expected signs of emotion, such as sadness or remorse when telling a heartbreaking story, or they may seem too eager to convince you of their honesty. These emotional cues can suggest that they are trying to manipulate your perception. Another common behavior in liars is body language that contradicts their words. A liar may say one thing while their body language tells a different story. For example, they may verbally assure you of their sincerity but avoid making eye contact, fidget, or cross their arms in a defensive posture. Their gestures might seem disconnected from their speech, which can be an indication that their words are not congruent with their true feelings. If someone is uncomfortable or hiding something, their physical reactions often betray them. One of the more subtle signs of dishonesty is delayed or overly elaborate responses. A liar may take longer than usual to answer a simple question, giving themselves more time to think of a convincing response. They might also provide unnecessary details in an attempt to make their story seem more credible. Over-explaining can be a defense mechanism to cover up gaps in the narrative or distract from inconsistencies. A truthful person, on the other hand, typically responds more quickly and with a simpler, more direct answer. Liars also often show signs of excessive details or precision in their explanations, which can be a sign of overcompensating for the lack of truth. If someone goes into unnecessary detail or offers excessively specific facts to support their story, they may be trying to convince you of their honesty. This can sometimes create the illusion of authenticity, but in reality, they may be attempting to cover up the truth with a fabricated or exaggerated version of events. However, detecting lies is not always about finding discrepancies in the story itself. Often, it's about recognizing the subtle emotional manipulation at play. Liars might try to control the emotional direction of the conversation by using tactics such as guilt, fear, or sympathy to disarm their target. For instance, they may use phrases like "How could you think I would do that to you?" or "I would never hurt you." These emotional appeals are designed to make you question your own perceptions and feel guilty for doubting them, thereby distracting you from the truth. Now that we have a clearer picture of how to spot a liar, the next step is to consider how to counteract the influence of deception. One of the most important defenses against being manipulated by a liar is maintaining a strong sense of self-awareness. Being in tune with your own emotions and thoughts allows you to better discern when someone is trying to manipulate or deceive you. Self-awareness empowers you to stay grounded and not be swayed by emotional appeals or external pressure. Trusting your instincts is another crucial aspect of defending against lies. Sometimes, your gut feeling will alert you to something being off, even if you can't immediately pinpoint why. Intuition is a valuable tool when it comes to recognizing dishonesty. If something feels wrong or too good to be true, it often is. Learning to trust your gut will allow you to approach interactions with a critical eye, helping you to protect yourself from deception before it can take root. When confronted with a potential lie, ask clarifying questions to test the person's consistency. A liar often has difficulty maintaining a fabricated story, and their inability to answer questions directly or their reluctance to clarify details can be a clear indicator that something is wrong. If they become defensive, change the subject, or provide vague responses, this could be an attempt to avoid scrutiny and derail the conversation. Direct questions, especially those that require specific details, can help uncover the truth. It's also important to remain calm and composed when interacting with someone who may be lying. Deception often thrives on emotional reactions, and if you allow yourself to become upset or defensive, the liar may gain control of the situation. By staying calm, you not only protect yourself from emotional manipulation but also project an aura of confidence and control that makes it more difficult for them to continue with their deception. Remaining composed also allows you to think more clearly and critically, which is essential for evaluating the situation and making informed decisions. Setting boundaries is another key strategy for counteracting manipulation. If you sense that someone is lying to you or trying to manipulate the situation, it's important to set clear boundaries to protect yourself. This might mean ending the conversation, leaving the situation, or asserting your right to speak the truth. By enforcing boundaries, you take control of the situation and make it clear that you will not tolerate being deceived or manipulated. Finally, seeking a second opinion from a trusted friend, family member, or colleague can help you gain perspective. If you're unsure whether someone is lying to you, talking to someone who can offer an objective viewpoint can help you evaluate the situation more clearly. Sometimes, an outsider's perspective can spot red flags that you may have missed or provide valuable advice on how to handle the situation. Lying is a powerful tool that can influence relationships, careers, and personal trust. However, by becoming aware of the signs of deception, honing your intuition, and employing strategies to counteract manipulation, you can protect yourself from being taken advantage of. While it may not always be possible to prevent lies, the ability to recognize them and respond strategically can give you the upper hand in navigating a world filled with deception.